Okay, today we've got an extremely clean Yaesu FT650, and these were 100 watt output. They went from 24 megs there, up to 10 meters, up to 28 megs, up to 6 meters, and they were very, very nice on 50.110 sideband. Now I've just got a tone going into it back here on 28490. At the moment, probably not hearing that very well, but for the little bit of tone that's going in, we're sort of minus 113 dBm or 0.5 of microvolt. Still hearing it at 0.158. Just getting distant at 0.05 or minus 133. But at 0.5 of microvolt, absolutely just unbelievable. And these are exceptional radios that generate off to basically dedicate. I've got one myself which I run over in this side over here, and they do match the, don't mind my mess at the moment, but they do match the 990 lineup very well. Same sort of layout. It was always a nice one to put with it, and this is basically my 10 meter 6 meter monitoring station at times. It's been sort of, with the season starting, the 6 meter season starting to quieten down, it's gone to more of a storage spot for the moment. But for listening on, and transmitting on 6 or 10 meters, exceptionally good radios. They really do have a lot of benefits to. I don't do a lot on 12 meters or 24.5 megs, to be very honest, but I should, because I've got a 4-element Yagi up there on that band through care of OptiBeam. So maybe it's time to investigate next season just how much can be done there. So these were 100 watts. Let's find out if this one is 100 watts. Should be. Let's have a look here. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're doing all right there. Let's have a look there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Looking pretty clean there. FM carrier 91.2. Get rid of that noise. And quite seriously, that would be peaking in PP, 100 watt sideband, I would think, quite nicely. We do find at the moment this is reading just a little lower. We've been doing some tests with the bird meter, and actually I can show you that. Can I? No, I'm not hooked up at the moment. That's right, I've got to put that back in line. The bird meter, I've got to admit, I sort of consider a bit more accurate than my monitor at the moment, because it's sort of proven it a couple of times now. On radios we know are exactly 100 watts, and we put in a 100 watt slug on the bird meter, and we're seeing beautiful, 100 watt carrier. We're down a bit on this one. This one's reading around 7 or 8 watts low, so we'll have to have a look at that and calibrate that at some stage. It's been a long time since I've actually done a calibration on my old Motorola, but generally, look, close enough for what we need to do most times. Now, the thing about the FT650 was that when you did get up to 6 meters, and we'll just go to FM there, bit of squelch. When you did get up to 6 meters, let's have a look here before we got, once again, ready a little bit low there, 89 watts there, but that's FM carrier and 6 meter sideband. Let's have a look. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so look, pretty happy with that. They generate quite a nice signal, both 6 and 10, and they're the two bands most people are sort of looking to run these on, just for a bit of fun. Let's have a look what it runs at in, I would think very similar power. Yeah, 89, 90 watts. Excuse me. So pretty much on the bands that these do, they're pretty much your 100 watt PP transmitter, and they do good. The nice function that works very well on 10 and 6 is their RF preamp. It really does do a good job. Now to display that, let's just put a signal in again, and let's give it just a little bit of something about, what are we at, minus 103. Squelch, get rid of that, be a good idea. So let's have a look at the RF preamp on this thing. So now bear in mind, that's meter deflection. not to be deemed as real. That's probably more real at 1.58 microvolts, minus 103 dBm, where we would sort of expect this to be 40 to 50 microvolts, as a real figure. So don't be sort of taken in by preamps, and sometimes, look, they can work very well, and they can just give you that level that you're looking for. Let's get rid of that tone. And other times they're bringing up the noise as much as they're bringing up the signal. So it does depend on your personal circumstances. Out here in the middle of nowhere with not too much noise, yeah, sometimes it can be quite good because we're not bringing up a lot of noise. Sometimes we're bringing up a bit of signal. But in my case, it's only with a very, very low signal. Like I need somebody who's extremely low that I'm battling to hear, and maybe I can just pick up some advantage with the RF amp. But certainly nice to have on board. Noise blanker on these were exceptionally good, really good actually, and not that we use it a lot out here, to be fair, but very nice. Some people ask me, are they stable enough to do digital with? And yes, they are. I'm not going to say it's the perfect radio to base, for your FT8 digital, etc. But I know of a couple of people that have run them on FT8 and run them without having to change anything at all. They've just been able to run them as the bare bones, and there doesn't seem to be any drift or anything that's causing them issue. But of course, with today's technology, there is a lot more, locked in stability in some of the new gear. Although you would argue that with the latest IC9700, which I do have one, so I'm not quoting something I don't have. I do have one. And this is not from my own findings, but I found Hayden's findings, VK7 HH, and a few of the boys down in Tasmania. The discovery tour they did on the IC7300. Oh, I'm going to be right, aren't I? Yep, IC9700. I think we're right. On the 9700, needing a GPS lock in the form of a high stab was very, very interesting. But they've found some really good cures for that, so that's been good. So it just shows you that not even the most current technology is doing exactly what they say that it's going to do. But yeah, the other functions you've got here, you can actually set your repeater splits off here, so it's going to remember 100 kcs here for 100 plus and minus, etc. So if you happen to be up on 29.6 and you want to do some repeater work, say 660 down to 560, etc. Often we work the Adelaide repeater, which comes in here quite well. So that's always a bit of fun, chasing repeaters. Good thing about chasing repeaters is you can kaplunk, give a call sign of course, but you can kaplunk and see, whether or not you're going to get a response, versus calling on 28490 here. Often it's a matter of not knowing where your signal's getting to, because the propagation may be in, but the people may be not, so this is why I've always liked FM repeaters. They do have an SWR indicator on there as well, ALC meter, etc. What else do they have that's of interest? AGC slow and fast, that's lovely. Only been making it since the 1950s. But what else have we got here? There's just different step functions. So if I'm wanting to get around the band a bit faster, and I can step and go back to slow, and then back to fast again, etc. Good to just get around the band, etc. Now this is an interesting side of it. People will ask, is it legal for these to do 11 meters? Well, excuse me. A lot of them came with the ability to receive and not transmit on 11 meters. Sorry. The ruling is no, it's not legal to use this on 27 megs, but obviously from what I've just shown you, it can certainly receive there, and that can be the case with a lot of these amateur radios. So you just have to show your own common sense there, what you do and don't do, and all that sort of stuff. But yep, look, they're a lovely radio. I've got to say, probably for the 6 meter enthusiast, you can get up here to your repeaters, and we're just actually putting a new repeater up here very, very soon. Well, it's in testing, I think, at the moment. It's not so much that it's not up; it's there. 6 meter repeater, 52 250 or something, or 350 or 53 350. Oh boy, have to excuse me. I must admit I cannot remember completely the frequency of it, but I'm sure it's okay. So just having a look at what they're doing there. I'm sure that you can look it up on the Northeast Victorian Amateur Radio Club website, and it should be there. Okay, so pretty much that's the FT650. They're a beautiful radio. They're as rare as, as they come these days. And I know I say that about a lot of radios, and the reason for that is there's a lot of radios that are definitely becoming rare. I mean, look, I think the word that we all use too much is mint. Is this radio mint? Look, I can't find a mark on it. Does that make it mint? Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of different understandings of the word mint, and sometimes I think you, the buyer, has to be the best judge of what you determine as mint versus not. But certainly this is, it's very, very clean. No question about that. Not much else really to show you on these. Unfortunately, if I put an antenna on, I can pretty much guarantee you at the moment we are not going to hear much at this time of day. And I was only just on 10 meters earlier, just having a little quick look around on an antenna, and oh yes, it was as dead as dead. I didn't check the 1 megahertz below, to be very honest, so I don't know whether things are active there, but sometimes that's a good indicator if that's active, that 28490 might be coming to life, or some of your repeaters on 29600 area are starting to open up. So certainly if you get a chance to get your hands on an FT650, they are definitely worth it, especially for being able to dedicate to some pretty important bands. 6 and 10, we need to get on them, use them a bit more, no question about that. I'd like to see a bit more voice. I'm definitely, there's definitely FT8 happening there. I've noticed, particularly 6 meters, 5110 has been fairly quiet with voice communications in the last couple of years. So, and I love just getting on and have a bit of a quick chat, and saying g'day. And FT8 can do that. I haven't been on FT8 for the last couple of years, to be fair. And I know there's a lot of guys who are enjoying that, but me, I'm still old-fashioned. I still like having the old chat when I can. 73s, that's the Yaesu FT650. Beautiful radio, and certainly nice to show you one in such a very, very nice condition like this one. Cheers, VK3 Charlie Mike.